This is St. Jude. St. Jude, of course, is one of the apostles. And as an apostle, he was one who was sent out by the Lord to bring the message of truth and love to people who needed to hear it. And our church is founded on the apostles. So any apostle, no matter how much we know about them, is an important person just for being an apostle. That staff that he's holding is the staff of an apostle, a shepherd, someone who's called to care for God's people and to bring them God's good news. For the 12 apostles, including Jude, every one of them except John, the beloved disciple of Jesus, ended up being martyred or killed for their faith in Christ. The point came in their lives when someone said, "Do you still follow Christ? And if you do, we're going to take your life away from you." And in each case, such as in Jude's case, they held on to their faith. They would not give in, and they suffered martyrdom somehow. Jude is also known as Jude Thaddeus, and so sometimes he's called Saint Thaddeus, but it's the same saint. A very interesting thing about St. Jude is that we don't know much about him. He is linked, in fact, in our celebrations on feast days with St. Simon, another saint about whom we don't know much, who was also one of the 12. St. Jude is notable because the devotion to him and the results that come from his prayers have become more well known than the details of his life. And so, through the ways in which he's been honored, he's become famous. He's become famous as the saint of impossible causes, or lost causes, or the saint of the impossible. People have prayed to St. Jude when things look really desperate. How did that happen? It happened because of an American situation. Back during the Depression in the late 1920s, throughout the 1930s, there was a lot of turmoil in the country, a lot of poverty, loss of jobs, people turning to addictive behavior and things like that. Family turmoil too. The Claretian religious order, based in the Midwest, offered St. Jude as someone to whom people could pray. And people did that. They sent in their prayer requests, and they asked St. Jude to pray or to intercede for them to God for the tough things they were facing. They were praying on their own behalf, or maybe for people they really loved. They were sometimes praying for people in their families to change their ways and to become better. Wives praying for their husbands especially. And there were good results to report. And the word spread, and the Claretian community, through one of their publications, let the whole country and beyond know St. Jude is somebody to pray to. St. Jude's prayers have been powerfully effective in making a difference. Not that St. Jude had all the power. God does. But St. Jude, like saints, and like us, can pray on behalf of worthy causes. St. Jude, pray that all the things in our lives which might seem impossible, all the things that are hard to turn around, might somehow work out well in God's own time and in God's own way, so that God's will might be done. This window is given in Holy Name Church in memory of Thomas and Mary Cahill and Anthony and Marie Malchione.